So, you know how when you get back from a trip, you're supposed to feel rejuvenated and just dive in back into work and just coming off of that break? Well, that should be the case, but sometimes that comes after. Sometimes you're feeling a little bit sluggish after a trip. And that's kind of how I was feeling after taking a couple weeks to get my mind off of things and get my mind off the job search and just take a break. Well, compound that with the fact that travel is not fun, especially right now with the pandemic stuff going on still. So I had taken this long flight with my kids and had over a 3 hour layover in Dallas. And we were just about to board, and my youngest comes up missing. This is classic for my youngest. No matter what, he always manages to slip away. Not funny in the moment, but it is funny right now because turns out I was like thinking like, okay, if I were Liam, where would I have gone? And we got to get on this plane. So I'm looking around for Liam and I'm thinking he would probably go get candy. So sure enough, I had raced down to the little convenience shop and he was just coming out of it with this big Hulk bank that he had gotten a gift, as a gift. So he had gone with his Hulk bank and paid, I guess, with coins. I don't know how many coins that would have taken for airport snacks. Very mad, got himself grounded for that one. But anyways, we made it on the plane. It had been a long day of travel, and with everything that's going on, I should have wanted to just dive right in, but I was feeling very sluggish and just not getting out of bed, and it's just the longer this unemployment journey, this journey of the great unknown, being laid off, the longer that it goes on, the more negative thoughts enter my mind, like doubting my worthiness, doubting my marketability as I get older and as more of these news stations are hiring kids fresh out of college. So, I mean, all these negative thoughts, like, what am I going to do when the money runs out? How long should I stay here? When should I go back? Some of that is worked out as far as giving myself deadlines. But all these negative thoughts, the longer that it goes on, the more negativity I feel. So, laying in bed, sometimes we just have to do things when we don't feel like it. We just have to do it and then hope the feelings come later, right? So I threw my running gear on and I hit the pavement, not feeling like it. And I made sure, this is the second time that I did this, that I was listening to praise and worship music, because this is a battle. If you're in this season of being laid off or unemployed, or just in a stinky season, then it is always such a battle of the mind. These negative thoughts, I mean, from the faith point of view, which of course I always gravitate toward, it's fiery arrows and darts that are entering our mind and putting us down and making us feel sluggish. And to battle that, we need to put positivity and encouragement and bring things back to what they're all about. So hit the pavement, did the run, not fast, because I'm never fast, but just soaking up the praise and worship songs and the Christian music that was encouraging my heart and my mind. And it's a battle. And I think that we all need to be aware of that as we are feeling discouraged, as we're sick of the pandemic, as we're maybe going through a season of uncertainty like myself. And I'm also just really humbled again that I chose to kind of put this journey out there, because I keep on hearing from others that it's kind of nice to know that someone else is going through it and see how it's going. And some of you I've heard from that have been going through this a lot longer than I have. I have been laid off in the past twice, but in both of those circumstances, I was right back into another position. I don't know when or what or anything. You keep on asking me, and I feel like I'm being facetious or whatever and answering like, don't know yet, we'll see. But that's truly the truth. I'm just really not sure. I can talk more about that later in a different one, but I want to stay focused on this journey aspect, that this is a journey, and much like running, it is a marathon. It is not a sprint. As much as I would like it to be, to just sprint and there, I know what I'm doing and all is well and stability again, blah, blah, blah. It's not like that. And life isn't like that in many cases, right? So, some of you followed my journey of when my brother passed away. I wanted to run a half marathon in his honor. We had always talked about it and never got the chance to do it, obviously. So I wore his face on my back and did that half marathon. And I have had set a goal for myself to do a full marathon by the time I'm 40. Well, the time is ticking away. So I started my little app. I can share what that app is with you. It's free, and it's a training app to run a marathon. And I've done the training app, but I fell off. There were no races to be run with this pandemic going on anyways. So I have restarted the app. My fiance's on board. We'll see if he joins me. And going to both literally train for a marathon and allegorically, I don't know if that's a word, run this marathon of settling the fact that this could be a long road. And for those of you who are choosing to take it with me and still find value in following me, even though I'm not actively working in journalism per se right now, so much thank you to you for doing that. We'll see how this all ends up. So, one more thing. I talked about this journal, and I'll put well, it's not a journal, it's a devotional. I'll put the link in the comments because many of you were asking me during my live, like, what's the book? What's that? I didn't quite catch that. So I'll put this link again. But I just think it's so poignant. I got this book when I started here because I was beginning again and doing something new. And now I, not by choice and unexpectedly, am going to be beginning again. And the book is called Always Begin Again. Is this my life? Am I just always going to be starting over? We'll see. But I do love this book, and some of you have already gotten it, and I'll share the link in the comments or somewhere below, wherever this ends up. And I'm going to read a couple of my favorite parts of one of the pages because I just think it goes along with what I've been talking about. So, as I doubt myself, I'm going to keep going, keep moving, you keep moving, keep doing. This says, you do this as a way to honor yourself, not out of anxious striving, but out of a deeper calling. You peck away, a tiny bit at a time, for the long haul. You are unwilling to live with an untold story. You are unwilling to silence your one and only voice. Over time, you'll see these small commitments and your follow-through have actually added up. Lean into the hard. When you get in touch with that warrior within, we learn to believe in ourselves again when we face challenges with courage. Hey life, I'm here. I'm not going to let you beat me. I'm not going to drift out to sea. Even if the only easy day was yesterday. Bring it on. So that's great, right? And it goes along with what I was saying. And also, it might seem, I don't know what it seems from watching, because this is my life, but if you're watching and you're seeing me do all these random things like modeling for local boutiques and being on some podcasts and just doing a lot of variety of things, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just doing. And I don't know how it's all going to come together, but I think it's so important to remember that you can't steer a parked car. You can play with a wheel, but you're not going to get anywhere. So I think that it's important to just keep moving, keep doing, and that way the car can be steered in some direction and actually get somewhere. So I am in the car, I push drive, and I'm driving, bang, 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 and I am praying that God will steer this vehicle somewhere. And that's all I can do. But I just want to remind you that, gosh, it's so easy to feel sluggish and just kind of wait and see what happens. But keep moving, keep doing, make impacts, explore, and maybe you are employed, but maybe this pertains to you in a different way. For others, some other season of uncertainty or thing you've been putting off. So I hadn't done this in a while, and that's because I was taking a break. And here's my latest, and we'll see what happens next. I will try and check in again later. Bye.